Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through my AFL fantasy team review for round 17, in which I'm hoping it's a much better round. Currently ranked 6,900 or so. Hopefully we can push back into the top 6,000 or so. I do have a side that's pretty much complete. There is still one rookie on field, and then a couple of guys that I do want to maneuver around and get a lot better of a midfield. That's probably the place that I am lacking a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm in an all right position, to be honest with you. There isn't too much that needs to go on here. I think that in the next couple of weeks, I'll probably have a full side in the next 2 weeks, and then it will just be upgrading, and I'm pretty sure I'm in a pretty good position with 5 guys on here that are probably going to make 200k or so on the bench. Well, have at least 200k on the bench, so I have that. And then even Sean Manor got named, even though I expect him to be sub. Hopefully he can make some cash. Anyway, but before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So as you can see, Lachie Whitfield at my D1 position, he's just rocketed up. He does have Carlton this week, who I expect may tag him. So there is that possibility, but after that, I think his run sort of opens up a little bit. Richmond, Suns, yeah, I think he pretty much doesn't get tagged the rest of the way in, which will be a pretty good target to look at there. For you guys that need a sort of a defender, I think he's going to be up there in terms of, in the end, now that he's gone through all of the sort of trials and tribulations, I guess you would say. I did have this lean patch here, this 4 patch here, where he went 93, 105, 40 odd, and yeah, 48 and 77. So that he did have a lean patch there, but he got through that. And the last 4 weeks have been really amazing from him. 160 most recently, 108, 120, and 123 have been pretty good since the bye. He basically did really well through the bye rounds for me. Jordan Clark, I expect him to actually pick it up a gear now. He's gotten through pretty much, he's gone through all his tags, which is good. He may have Guelphy in round 21, but aside from that, I don't expect him to get a tag, as not many run a defender tag anymore. So that should be really good to see, and hopefully he picks it up back towards this 141, 128, 151. Else I've sort of been scammed out of a player, but anyway, this season can sort of go to bed as Jordan Clark was sort of the last, I think, last trades that I made that weren't really up to the level or standard that I'd sort of set in the last couple of weeks. Nick Dacos, he is in that D3 spot. He's doing his job, 104.7. He's just sitting and chilling there over there. And you see here, he really hasn't, he's had just a couple of poor games. A 60 and a 62 and a 61 have been his sort of poor games, but outside of that, he's done really well. And Amsterdam, I don't expect him to cop too much attention there. Geelong won't cop attention. Hawks, he may, but then again, he scored 95 on the Hawks, so that's not too bad. Richmond, no, he won't cop anything. Carlton, he will. Sydney, he will. So maybe 21 and 22, he might cop attention. But 23 and 24, Brisbane and Melbourne, he will be fine there, I think. Then you've got Harry Sheezel. He is in D4, 111 average. He's been really good. Has struggled a little bit in the last 4 weeks here. 104, 99, 111, 91. What's that? 301, 405 points in the last 4 weeks. Isn't even the worst. Since his move into the midfield, he's sort of been averaging around that 101, 102 range, I would say. That is, yeah, that's 190, 296. What's that? 385 plus the 405. So he's averaging 790 through 8 games, which is just shy of 98 or whatever, 99, something like that. So yeah, 98.7 or 98.8. So yeah, he's still top of the line, even in this newish role. And with McKercher back but Fisher out this week, he should be able to, he should be fine, to be honest with you, and to continue on. Nick Martin, another guy that I'm intrigued to see how he goes in the next couple of weeks, 97, 98, so he's still doing all right. I would like to see a bounce back week from him, as he's had 2 quiet weeks the last couple of weeks. But hopefully we can see a bounce back week from him here, or else he starts to get onto the chopping block, given that his role seems to be flipping a little bit. Hayden Young had a stinker against the Swans as it was given a tagging role. Hopefully against Richmond, or a run with role. Hopefully against Richmond, he just gets that non-disposals back, as his non-disposal work basically dropped off by about 20 points, where he had, 4 marks, which is 12, 3 tackles, another 12, so that's 24, and it dropped, 21 points there. He also had the 3 free kicks against, which usually don't happen. That's another 9 points, and those 3 free kicks were all holding the ball, so that's another an 18-point swing there potentially. So if those all go his way, he gets his normal marks and tackles, as well as Littleton zero free kicks, and he gets those kicks away, then that's 75 there. That's how weird it swung very, very against him. But hopefully he gets the tackling back. As you see here, he's a heavy tackler. He usually gets 6 or 4, probably 5 tackles a game, I'd say, just looking at this on the surface level here. So 5 tackles a game, that's 20-point swing that he's just lost, and a couple marks a game, I would say 3 or so. He was down on 1, so that's another 6 points. So potential a 26-point swing there. I expect him to get back. Irish homemaker here. I don't think he plays before any of the big ones, so yeah, he won't be used, I don't think. As when does Hayden Young play? Hayden Young when you play Richmond here, and I'm looking for Essendon. Essendon play well early in the week, don't they? Yeah, they play the first game of the round, so Zach Reid cannot be used there. So then you've got Errol Gordon still at that M1. I can't believe I've said that wrong twice. M1 spot for Errol. I expect him to come back. He just had a shocking couple quarters against Fremantle. Came home strong in the last, 43 points, I want to say, in the last, from memory. Yeah, he'll surely do better against St Kilda. Hasn't done well against St Kilda in the past, apparently. Opposition averages, fixture averages here, you can see 74.5, but I'm expecting a big jump from him. Here, I'm expecting 110 or so, and I'm not going to put him... I don't know whether to put him VC or captain. I did see the Grundy one, but I'm waiting on the Tom Campbell news to see if I want to go Grundy. If Marshall doesn't have Tom Campbell, then I probably will go Grundy. But if Marshall does have Tom Campbell, which it looks like could be the case, then I probably won't go Grundy, and I'll probably go Gawn captain. Bontempelli, he could be huge as well. He's got the really good matchup here as well, so he's a potential. You sort of have 4 guys that I'm looking at him. Bont, Dacos, Gawn, and Grundy are all guys that I'm looking at potentially for vice captain and captaincy. So we'll see how that goes there. So Bontempelli 989k in that M2 slot. Zorko here in that M3 slot. I really want to get him back into the forward line, which would take the slot, and you can see here my moves in general. I really want to get him down in this Luke Jackson spot, and Luke Jackson up to a primo midfielder, which I think could be a possibility given that Joel Frazier hopefully will be 450 or so K. Luke Jackson has a 102 break even. Hopefully he can hit that, because even though if he does hit that, I'll probably start trading him out given that he's averaging 81, and I can trade that straight to a midfielder like even a Caleb Sarong at this point, where there's a gap of 200k. Caleb Sarong also, I believe, has a 130 break even. So I hope Sarong can... Sarong has a 121 break even against Richmond. He may go 130 or so. Hopefully Jackson can go like 90, and then we can just sort of swap them around, and get Jackson out as... he doesn't look the greatest in that in the slot that he's currently in. So hopefully we can maneuver him out as it's his time to go, basically, is simply put. Merritt, 898k, he's doing his job in here. Jack Crisp, another one that I've floated being out, but I think he's going to be one that goes in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. And when we start the proper just swapping players around to get the really good primos in, he's just not in the way that I want it. And I'm just a little bit worried about Sam Walsh against GWS potentially getting a tag, but he's another guy that I could potentially look at for Jackson if the cards fall the right way, but I don't think they will. That's sort of the thought there. Butters, he's doing his job. Hopefully won't get a tag this week against Western Bulldogs. May get Libba go to him, but I don't think that'll matter too much, as Libba isn't the hardest tagger. And so, yeah, Butters, I'm hoping for a 110 or so, hopefully. Tom Green, he's back to his best the last couple of weeks with a 127 and a 106. It was a 150 in Supercoach. That's what it was against Swans. But a 106 against Adelaide was pretty good. Hopefully he can go big again and really start to get that, make my midfield look better by actually making some cash would be a nice thing to make it so that it doesn't look like I have just all 800Kers in the midfield. And then I have Billy Dowling here. I can't really do anything. Who does here? And I just want to see. So Lawson Humphreys has Hawthorn. That could be an interesting one. Joel Frazier has Port Adelaide, and Billy Dowling has Brisbane. Brisbane for wingers, I don't know. Let's actually do this. DFS and then position, defense first position, because you'll know who I'm looking for. I'm looking at last. We'll do wing defenders, and you'll see we are looking for Brisbane with that factor. And Brisbane are at -4, and then Desi kickers, sort of general defenders, I would say, to a certain extent. We're looking at Hawthorn and also Port Adelaide. Hawthorn and Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide -4. Hawthorn are, where are they? Hawthorn are a +2.45, and I want to see Hawthorn on this as well. Hawthorn are a +2.87. So it does sort of point a little bit to Lawson Humphreys, a little bit, but I'm too worried that he just drops a stinker there, 58. And so it's quite hard to actually pick who do I want in that slot here. As, I don't know exactly what I want. And given that Mana is going to play, it kind of is annoying that I don't really have a definitive, I can't really loop a guy at all. Which is kind of annoying. My bench has kind of come good at a time that I want to be able to loop, and I can't really loop, which is a little bit annoying, but that's not much I can do outside of that, really. So yeah, that's pretty much the midfield there. The ruck line stays the same. That's that. And Barnett will be the loop, I guess, as he is the only guy that could possibly be a loop. If I do need my captaincy, and so I might as well set that up given that he plays Melbourne, and they're not going to play, so I'll set that up like that. And then Flanders doing Flanders type things, Isaac Heaney there. Jai Caldwell, another guy that I've been talking up a little bit in the last couple of weeks. I said he was probably a good buy a couple of weeks ago. Let me actually, does that go up a little bit further? I need some light. But yeah, Jai Caldwell, another guy that I'm really happy to have finally. I sort of pushed back a little bit of it. I was really happy when he went this run here of the 70s. But then when he's gone in this run here, 126, 144, I sort of missed out a little bit. So happy to have him. Dylan Moore stays in his slot. He's another guy that will have that, as we said in their review, up and down weeks. So I'm just hoping he has a couple of up weeks before I potentially move him on. But if he's having a couple of up weeks, it's hard to move on a player that's going really well. Isaac Rankin, I think he's another one that you can look to move on and grab in. Ever since that midfield role has come in, I believe if we just check this as well, I can check this for you. CBA attendances, and I want to see Rankin and how that's just changed. Whereas Rankin here, Collingwood, Sydney, and also GWS is the midfield games, and he also had 5 and 6 were midfield games. 5 and 6, he went 106, 62, Collingwood 99, Sydney 86, 115. Let's check the 5 games and that 5-game average for him in that midfield role. It is 106 plus 62 plus 99 plus 86 plus 115. Divide that by 5 and you get a 93.6 in the midfield. He did have that real one big shocker against Essendon in the midfield, was it? Essendon in the midfield, which is quite a surprise that he had such a shocker in that game. But yeah, I think that especially if he builds back up to this 93% time on ground in the next couple of weeks, he could really, really expose and do really well there. I don't know why he was on 81% time on ground in this game, but 90 here. Maybe it was just something to do with being in the midfield more. But if he can get his time on ground back up, then you can really start to see him do really well. And yeah, I'm just surprised that score didn't correlate the best. But yeah, he's a guy, it was his worst score of the year as well. So a little bit surprising, but hopefully he can get back to doing his best, as his best is really good non-disposal wise, but also getting a lot of disposals in general, and also kicking 2 goals a game is pretty impactful anyway. So, and then Luke Jackson there, we talked about him, Dolstrop, Manor, and Evans. I'm really liking my bench for the cash generation off of it. And next week it will be Fraser going out alongside probably Luke Jackson. And that'll be that, I guess. Maybe try and make a little bit of cash somewhere along the line as well, given that, trying to make a little bit of cash to upgrade Billy Dowling the next week, given that he will be hopefully out for, hopefully him and Showmaker, or him and Evans will be the one that goes to get the last midfielder, I'm pretty sure, but we'll have to wait and see on that front there. So that pretty much is the video there going through my side. I did lengthen it out a little bit, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I guess I will see you guys back here for the Supercoach team review and preview for round 17. Bye guys.